Hey everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. How are you guys today? I am bringing you a project today with the Angel of Peace stamp set. It is in the July to December 2021 mini catalog on page 42. This is the stamp set. It's super beautiful. It's $21 in the United States. And I can sell it to anyone in the US. So if you are interested in the stamp set, there'll be a link in the description below that takes you to my store, and you can get it there. But I have been working with this stamp set quite a bit and have made quite a few projects with it. It stamps beautifully and it makes some really pretty cards and projects. So I am bringing one of them to you today. On Fridays on my blog, I choose to do tips, techniques, and tricks. And this is one that I wanted to showcase on how to use the Stampin' chalk marker. You might have seen it in the catalog and not known how to use it or what to do. It's basically an opaque marker. It is permanent, it is acid-free, and you can use that to color. You can also use it to write in cards or to do various other projects, but I love it. I use it on a lot of cards, and I'm going to be showing you how to use it today. We're also using the ornate frames, and we're going to use this die. I've already die cut it out for you, but I wanted you to see the die set. So let's go ahead and get started. We are going to be making this card right here. So it's a simple card, but it is pretty, and the dress and the dove have been colored with the chalk marker, Stampin' chalk marker. I'm just going to put this right up here in the corner, and let's go ahead and get started. So I have an 8.5 by 5.5 inch piece of basic white cardstock, and I'm going to go ahead and fold that in half. Use my bone folder to help me. And once I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and do the inside stamping, and I'm going to stamp this little tag first and just get that out of the way. So the tag has already been cut out. I have cut that from the Ornate Frames dies. I love them. It's this die right here, this larger one. It has these really intricate ones. It has a really cute tag and then some smaller ones, even this banner-like one. And a lot of them nest within the other. So like this ornate frame, this one nests inside of it. This ornate frame, this one nests inside of it. So it's nice to have that little nesting capability for some of these frames. So let's go ahead and do the inside stamping. So we are first going to be using this cute little stars, and then on this piece right here, on the die cut piece, we're going to use this word, and then we're going to use one more word. So I will show you them as we go along. I'm going to do the inside of the card first, and we are going to use the Memento Tuxedo Black ink pad. So let's go ahead and ink up these cute stars and get them nice and inked up. And we are going to stamp one in the corner here and one in the corner here. And then we're going to use You're an Angel. Get that inked up. And that will get stamped in this bottom corner like that. Yell at me if I get out of the camera. So let's go ahead and clean those two stamps off quickly so that I don't smudge them. Since I have a white card, I don't want to get black on them anywhere that they're not supposed to be. And we are also going to stamp the sentiment that says, sometimes angels are just good people with kind hearts, which is why I wanted to put that You're an Angel on the inside, because I just thought that that worked really well. So what did I do with my die cut? I think I put my ink pad on it. Yes, I did. All right, so let's ink up the words, sometimes angels are just good people with kind hearts. And we are going to go ahead and position that where you guys can see it right there. And I'm just gonna hover over the top and give it a nice little press. And there we go. Sometimes angels are just good people with kind hearts. That's it for the memento. So let me clean that off and get these stamps out of the way. All right, so now these are for later. This piece on the top is a piece of crumb cake, and it's 5 1/4 by 4. It is going to nest directly on top of the basic white piece right here. But first we're going to go ahead and stamp it and color it and get it ready for its showcase. So let's go ahead and flip our large angel stamp upside down, and I will bring the Versamark ink to it, ink it up really nicely, get it nice and wet with this Versamark ink. It's a sticky ink, and it actually leaves a watermark if you let it dry by itself without putting any embossing powder on it. We're going to use it with embossing powder today. So I'm going to line the angel up kind of centered and a little bit higher up on the card. So we'll just go ahead and push her down. There she is. So see how you get a watermark look? So you kind of get the crumb cake on crumb cake. I'm going to go ahead and clean this, and then we will use embossing powder. All right, so now we're going to use embossing powder. I like to keep it in a small container with a lid. And I'm going to go ahead and take this and pour it over my piece of cardstock and try and cover that angel image like that. Once I have it mostly covered, I'm gonna be real careful and pick up the cardstock and then just kind of turn it in itself here and pour it back into the container that it came out of, just like so. As you can see, I have a little bit right here of residue where I probably like put my finger or I pressed too hard with the stamp, and I'm just going to wipe that away with a brush. The rest of it looks good. There's powder everywhere else. Let's go ahead and cover that and put that away. We're going to bring in the heat gun. It is going to be a little bit noisy, but hopefully for not too long. I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool to hold my piece of cardstock in place so it doesn't fly away on me. And I'm going to start the heat gun and get it warm before I bring it down onto my surface. So you're going to get to hear it first. And once it starts getting warm where it will start melting the powder, because it does take a second when it's been sitting cold. So now I'm going to go ahead and bring it up here onto my angel, and you're going to see that she's going to get darker in the spots as soon as she turns that powder. So when you first start, it takes a second, but then it just seems like it goes really quickly after that. Get our little bird. And down this part of her dress. Okay, I think that's pretty good. So I'm going to hold it up and hopefully you can see the shimmer of the embossing. It has kind of like a glossy look to it. All right, let's go ahead and put it down and we will get started on our angel. Just going to make sure that She's not too warm. She's good now. We're going to start with our Stampin' chalk marker, and I am just going to basically color in her gown. So I'm going to start here at the top, and you want to try and avoid the black lines that are around her if you can. If you do cover one, that's what we're going to use our basic black Stampin' Right marker to help fill in. But try and avoid it if you can help it. Like I said, there's some tight spots here. I am never perfect when I'm coloring, so I will have to use the Stampin' Right marker, and I will show you how to do it when it happens to you. But let's go ahead and get her started. I'm going to be kind of quiet because I'm coloring and I'm trying to concentrate. As you can see, I do go back over occasionally some of my coloring. And at the end, I can also double check that I'm happy with my coverage and go back over any spots that may not be as dark as I want them. If you brush your finger right away over the piece, you do pick up the white. It does take a minute to dry, not too long, but it does take a little bit of time. So, I am almost done coloring her now. I have to do the dove also in her hand. I think you've seen me kind of go over some spots more than once, and that's basically why I wanted to show it so that you guys could see how to do it. I'm just going to do this part here and kind of make it flow into itself. If I see any spots that are too light and I want them darker, I do go over them. All right, definitely gonna have to do the birdie's eye because it's very tiny, and part of the wing, I think. I'm getting a little bit on there. So that's pretty good. I'm pretty pleased. Let me see. With that, now I'm gonna just do some touch up. Some spots that I didn't get close enough to, and then I'm gonna touch up also some spots that I may have put too much. So we will grab the Stampin' Right basic black marker. You can buy this individually. And I'm just going to go over those artist lines where you can see that white chalk marker has gone over the top of. And I'm just filling those in. So we'll go around here like so. Just like this. A little bit more here, and of course, you know, I have to do the bird. And this little spot. Looks like I got quite a bit on her, which is okay. Like I said, these markers work really good hand in hand. I also use this black marker for journaling or for writing in the cards because it's a nice dark and I like the point on it. All right, I think I'm happy with my coverage now. I'm just gonna do the bird and the little eye on the bird. There we go, and maybe this back wing here. All right, so I'm happy with that. Let me show you. What do you guys think? I hope you like it. All right, so now we're going to be using a pen called Wink of Stella, and it's a glitter pen. And on my card here, I have those glittery wings. Hopefully you guys can see it. And it's a clear pen. It just deposits a clear ink onto the surface. It dries pretty quickly. And it also puts glitter, which is awesome, onto our surface. So I am gonna use that to fill in her wings because I want them to be really sparkly. And I may go over them a few times to get them as glittery as I want. And also don't forget, if you're going to use this pen, that there are wings on this side of her. And you'll have to get into this little tight spot here under her neck where the wings are showing. Really pleased with this Wink of Stella pen. All right, I think it's just as glittery as I want. So there is the glitter. Pretty. I'm gonna let that sit for just a second. I'm gonna bring my card back in and I'm gonna get my seal adhesive, which is what I will use to attach this layer onto my card. So gonna turn it on itself because if I have anything that's wet, it will be stuck wherever it's gonna be covered. Yep, see? Now I don't have to worry because it's being covered right up with my layer. It's just another little trick for you. If things aren't quite dry and you're ready to move on to the next step, that's a good way to do it. Okay, so there's the angel. So now we're going to attach the tag that we stamped earlier, and I'm going to use dimensionals for that. 3 of them should be good. And I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool to remove the backs. I love using this because it helps release the backs so well. Just like that. And then I can throw them away in the trash can. They don't end up on my craft room floor, which is the key. All right, I'm going to put that up here. I'm going to bring it up a little bit from the bottom, a little bit overlapping on our angel. She looks pretty good. All right, now I have a piece of twine, and it comes in a pack called Baker's Twine Essential Pack. There's 5 different colors. You have white, cream, gray, black, and this natural color, which is what I'm using. It probably is crumb cake to match the crumb cake paper, right? So I'm just gonna go ahead and make my bow here. And wrap it around, put it through, pull it tight, And then I'm going to pull on my tails. It looks like I have 3 loops, but one of the tails is actually a loop. So I'm going to pull on that one for this. And then I'm going to use my take your pick tool to even out my twine pieces, same here. And I want it to be very small loops like that. And I'm going to pull it really tight. When I'm happy, I think I want them slightly smaller. Make them even here. There we go. That's a good size. All right, let me make sure they're nice and tight. And then I'm gonna take my ribbon scissors. I do have 2 different scissors. I have paper snips for ribbon and paper snips for paper. The ones with the ribbon, I have a little dangly from it, so it helps me know. I'm gonna use it to trim this side here, just like that. And I'm gonna try and make this one a little bit more even. There we go. All right, so to attach the twine, I'm gonna use a mini glue dot. They come on a roll. And I'm gonna use my take your pick tool to kind of ball it up into a smaller little spot, and that way you guys can see it. Hopefully I'm in camera here. There it is. If it's blurry, I'm sorry. I might be too close, but it's right on the tip. And we're gonna turn this and attach it onto the back of the knot. So once I have that, then it's on the knot there. I'm gonna flip it over and I'm gonna actually put it off of the tag, and then I'm gonna roll it up onto the tag, which will help to secure it. And then I will let the little tails do their own thing. And then as a last step, we're going to use the Elegant Faceted Gems. I love them. They're absolutely beautiful and sparkly. And they come in 3 different colors. So you have this pinkish brown, you have a clear, and then you have these opaque ones, which I thought worked perfect with this angel. So we will go ahead and grab 3 of these. We'll start with a large one. We'll put it down here at the bottom. Whoops. Looks like I still had the twine in my hand, or attached to me. We're gonna put one down here at the corner, and then we're gonna use 2 small ones, and let me pick that one up. There we go. And we'll stick it maybe right there. They tell me where they want to live, and that's where I put them. They just kind of talk to me. All right. So that is my project. I hope that you enjoyed it. You can get more information on my blog, inkyhandswarmhearts.com. Also, I will put the link in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. I'm kind of new to YouTube, so if you wouldn't mind helping me out by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing, and asking your friends to subscribe too. And when you subscribe, you're going to get notifications of when I post new videos. You'll get to check out my blog. Again, the link is in the description below. And when you go there, you can access PDFs and measurements and lots more fun projects. So I hope that you enjoyed this project. Again, this is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts, and I hope that you will come back and see more of my videos. Thank you so much. If you like this angel stamp set, I will have a couple more videos on it, so check the YouTube. Thank you so much and have an awesome day. Happy stamping!